Okay, so what we've done here, here's Terry again. So we've put 20 kilo weights on each of his feet. Now, this is really good for training. What this will do is help essentially pull from his hips to his legs and all the way down to his feet. He can drive energy through there. He can essentially try and pull that up as he's pushing the bar up. That'll force his chest to want to push up and work better and drive his gravity down to the ground. So I'll explain a bit more as we go. So lie down, Terry. Okay, so just go there. Now, the idea as well, another key important thing to know is to not, when you do this, you've got to be careful how far you have your feet out from the bench and essentially how far you are away from the bar, because some people put themselves maybe there or further, then they'll shimmy themselves right back. So keep your feet where they are, Terry, and shimmy yourself even further back that way. And what happens is you start to get more of an arch in your back and you'll be weaker, because essentially you want to be able to contract your abs down more. So slide maybe forward just a smidge back this way. And what that does is almost essentially bring this area together more, and you're able then to contract it. So contract your abs. That way he's locked down a bit better and he's not as arched through here. So, and we're just going to use lightweight on the bar. So that's very important to get your distance really right. This is one way of doing it if you don't really have anyone to help you. Okay, the other way is what he can do as well. If he was really keen, he could sit up and then he could have this and he could put that down on himself here. That'll just help with him to know that, well, okay, right, I've got to keep my balance really good, because also people forget in the chest movement, if you go heavy, you start to as well use other body parts to do the movement. The idea is to use chest, go lighter, and by keeping that there, that ensures that you have to actually keep your balance a lot better, but it also helps to lock down your core a bit better. And when you have something touching here on your core, it develops as well the muscle-mind connection too. So and Terry's got his arms, which you see how he's got perfect 90 degrees. So that way he'll use triceps like about 50 to 70%, but he'll get ample chest depth really well. The other important thing is this bench is too wide for him, because he's not massively wide in his bone structure like me. When you do heavy weights, you can find that, so just let go of that for a sec. So when he presses, when he comes down, his rear delt and all that's going to hit against the pad, and a lot of emphasis is going to go into his front shoulder and cause a lot of stress and pain. So find a bench that's quite narrow, or get a sandbag that's maybe 20% empty, put that down, and as you lie over the sandbag, your scapula will roll over a lot better and you won't get the injury. So we're going for 90 degrees depth, so in the middle of the range of motion, so he gets full chest. If he was to go out wider, you would get a lot more out here and take out a lot more tricep, and I find as well it takes out the front shoulder a little bit better, but we'll go wherever he feels comfortable. And he can get that off himself, which is good. Okay, off you go. Good. And what he's trying to do is keep his shoulders back the whole time, and then up, good, and down. So we try not to do any holding at the top. You can if you want to rest. As well, he's bringing his bar pretty much in between his collarbone, so his clavicle, top part of his chest, and his nipple line. So that way we're ensuring that we're getting more chest, not as much shoulder and tricep recruitment. Now, a lot of other people will say, well, if you bring your arms, so this time bringing the bar to about here. So if you bring the bar to there, as you can see, you bend more tricep, more shoulder stress. So go back a little bit further. This way he gets more chest, and so as he pushes up, he can channel his energy through to the weight plates down on the ground, and he can push better. Okay, good, and lock it in. Beautiful. So how did you feel that you could push better?
Yeah.
Where'd you feel better? Chest was more contracted?
Chest is tighter, so when you push, you get more of a pull through it.
Yeah.
Just feels better overall.
Yep.
The weight keeps your body and your abs
push down
onto the chest.
So as you push up, you can lock your abs down and sort of push up and push through the ground as well at the same time.
Gives just more of a, you get more of a body in it, but you still get to focus the chest a little.
Good. Okay, so hopefully that cleared a few things up for you guys and just give you another perspective on how to do chest. There are many ways to do it. There's so many videos out there. This is just one other way. Give it a go. If you don't feel comfortable with putting a weight on his stomach and you want to go heavy because you need that movement and you want to move around, but you can still trial and error it. Also, get a friend and maybe just have his hand on your stomach to hold you down. You'll know how hard for him to hold. Also, you could get him to do it essentially on your the bottom part more of your sternum, so not really up the top, but more down the bottom. I find that helps as well. So they're all different ideas. Play around with it, see how you go. Essentially as well, you can use bands and put bands from here and down and under. That'll create a lot more tension, give you a lot more explosive power in the future, and lots of ideas, experiment, watch my videos that are on Facebook, get different ideas and just go for it and be creative, create your own ideas and become your own master. Essentially, we want to be able to do everything, get big. Everyone seems to go into the gym and want to get a big chest, and this is the other thing, when people lift heavy, now when you think about it, that movement that Terry just did in a 90-degree plane, that's a perfect example of someone that wants to lift heavy. Heavy to you might be different. I mean, that weight there might be heavy for someone starting off for the first time. So when you're doing that, you're actually working back and shoulders at the same time. So essentially you can separate your torso parts from left and right, split yourself down through the middle and isolate yourself a lot better. So if you lift heavy, you're going to be using back and shoulders to help slow you down. So have a look at lots of videos, get different ideas, and go from there. Cheers.